Alright, what's up everybody? We are on season 4, episode 19 of Attack on Titan called Two Brothers. Just 10 more episodes to go and we're gonna be completely caught up. And yeah, everything seems to be kind of coming together, right? I gotta say that, patrons normally do a really good job of cluing me in on certain things that I might have overlooked in episodes, right? But then at the same time, they'll make sure not to give too much of away for what's to come, obviously, right? Or, tease certain things. And not that they did so here in any way, but just sheerly going by like the excitement that I'm seeing over in the comments for the next couple episodes, I got a feeling that like, yeah, we're gonna get some pretty big moments coming up, but I'm all ready for it. I'm just super looking forward to it, I guess. Of course, like I said, everything really does seem to be coming together right now in Shiganshina, where this huge battle is taking place. People are very worried for the potential scenarios, and like, yeah, I myself as well, I know what could possibly happen, but at the same time, I still don't really feel like I grasp what the actual outcome of it all is going to be, because Eren is walking up towards Zeke right now. Zeke got shot down, of course, but he still has some life in him. And, people talked about like, oh, if he still has life in him, that means that he could basically scream any moment now because he just showed up, actually. And turn all the people here, the military police people that drank the wine, including Falco, of course, who got a sip of that as well. He could turn them into Titans at any moment now. Now, at the same time, of course, again, Eren is walking up to him, and that could mean one of two things. One, they could activate, I guess, this euthanization plan, but I don't think that's going to happen because, of course, we've basically established now in the past couple of episodes, especially with that conversation recently, with all the people in the Survey Corps, Armin and Mikasa and stuff, that, like, Eren all this time wasn't letting up about what his actual intentions were, not even, and even Zeke, he seems to have kind of wanted to deceive, including Yelena as well, of course, making them think that he was going to go along with this euthanization plan, when in reality, he just wants him to activate the rumbling to protect the Eldians in Paradise Island, which I think is very much in line with, of course, the whole storyline of Eren all this time already, that like he really was all about that, right? And so the euthanization plan, while I myself was actually kind of in support of it, and I did feel like it was a, noble cause, but again, there's sides to that, of course. But like, yeah, I still wouldn't have found it necessarily in line with what Eren wants, because I think what Eren really wants is just the survival of the Eldians and their victory, in all honesty. But of course, that will simply mean a bunch of sacrifices will have to be made as well. And I feel like, protecting the Eldians, yeah, simply means destroying everybody else in that case. So I myself end up asking the question then again, like, he's going to use this rumbling, I guess. I mean, it was already teased by the intro, of course, as well. But what then? How does that work exactly, right? I don't think he can just touch Zeke in Titan form once and then control all these Titans. I think he has to continuously do that for him. Zeke is not going to allow him to do that, of course, once he realizes what Eren is doing. So maybe Zeke could end up actually being in on it too? I don't know. Like, I just end up thinking about Zeke as a character too, realizing that, like, if anything, he seems to be kind of the smartest person in the whole show. That's the vibe that he gives me, right? Like, he has everything planned out. He talked about the miscalculations back in the Zeppelin, quite a couple episodes back now, but that, like, oh, that doesn't happen too much to him, right? Miscalculations. So could he have not foreseen this? That's what I wonder about. It wouldn't be surprising to me if it turns out all this time that, like, he was actually either in on that too, or I don't know. Like, and what's the conversation with Eren still about with Armin and Mikasa? And why exactly did he say those things to them, right? There's still plenty of stuff that we don't, or I myself at least don't know the full details about yet, that I'm eager to find out. But yeah, again, like, what does that actually mean, right? Could it be possible that Eren is going to use this rumbling now and actually have all these Titans just bursting out of the walls? But then what? Again, like, is he going to actually try and get them to just, like, destroy the whole rest of the world? It makes a lot of sense, because all the important characters right now are basically in, on Paradise Island, right? Everybody else who like, there's no real important characters outside of it right now, I think. So makes a lot of sense that, like, there could be because I'm kind of just thinking ahead about like, okay, where could the show go from there then, right? It's going to be more like an inner battle again with all the remaining people left or something. At the same time, I do think, for example, about the Hizuru clan, and that makes me kind of wonder, like, okay, they were still going with something there, so I don't see them, like getting killed off. But again, like that's the potential for what Eren is about to do here. If he literally has hundreds of thousands / millions of these colossal titans bursting out of the walls, then that means he's trying to actually use them as a nuclear option to just wipe out the rest of the world. No, I feel like that's what I should be afraid of. That's actually going to happen here. But then again, I don't have the answers, of course. I'm just eager to dive in and to see what's going to happen. So we should probably do that right now. Yeah, of course, the next 8 episodes will already be up over on Patreon, which is linked on top of the description. What that means is that we will be 1 episode away from having fully caught up with Part 2. So go check that out right now, along with, of course, my OVA reactions and full-length reactions if you want to watch me react to these entire episodes. But with that being said, let's just dive into this new episode of Attack on Titan called Two Brothers. Here we go. Yelena really didn't like the sight of that, obviously. Okay. Porco's still giving it everything he's got. Oh man, he hit him right where it would hurt. Oh shit. Yeah, they're not gonna just let Eren get to Zeke that easily, clearly. And meanwhile, Eren's buddies are just defending him with blind faith. Well, old buddies. Huh. Damn, he's not looking too good. Oh. He's seeing his, like... Well, it's not really memories, it's more like he's actually talking through him that way. Oh no. Taking a breath. Oh. Will that actually... Yeah, I don't see him doing it now, though. Oh, shit. Damn. Is it happening, though? Oh, shit. I guess it is. You can just see the yellow glow on them. Damn, man. In slow motion. Wait, was that Pixis? I forgot. Did he, like, drink it too? Holy shit, man, what a shot. God damn, man, this is season 1 all over again. that Falco? Damn. What the hell? Wait, he actually like died just from the damage of him turning into one? Oh no. When you thought Rhino's psyche couldn't get any worse. Oh shit. Oh, he really is destined to get that Colossal Titan. Oh, sorry, Armor Titan. Wait. He just hit him in his nape? It's all going so fast, man. What the fuck? I mean, surely, Zeke is not actually dead like that. We saw how that happened last time already. What came out of that? Damn, man, everybody's world is just falling apart right now. Yep. No way that this is... Wait, what? Oh. Walker's gonna be fighting him? Oh, he just did that as a distraction for him? Sacrificed himself? But then... Falco is now becoming the... Zol, isn't he? Yo, what is happening, guys? Oh, he just used the hardening to get out? Man, this is crazy. This is one mindfuckery episode. Okay, of course. Yeah, literally what Peak did last episode. What is Gabby waiting for there? Wow, you gotta love how they do this. What? What the hell just... No. I refuse to buy this. Oh, of course. We're not gonna get back to that for a while, aren't we?
4年前、あることをきっかけに親父の記憶が開いた。親父が壁の王家一家を皆殺しにした時の記憶だ。子供たちの死が俺たちを生かした。そうか。父親は正しかった。そう思ったのか。いいや、親父は間違っている。そして、その親父に育てられた俺も間違いだった。俺の手で。巨人が支配した2000年の歴史にケリをつける。固い握手でも交わしたいところだが、まあ、今俺たちが接触するのは。
Okay, but what are they doing then? I mean, we literally kind of saw this, right? So what is in this scene that we didn't see? 落
としちまった。病院暮らしで体がなまっちまったかな。
Wait, what? What was with that? Did Aaron do that like purposefully, that he didn't catch it or something? Or and did Zeke realize something because of that? What the hell? Oh, look at that. Awesome. Just 3D panning through the scene. Oh. I'm done. Okay, we're reliving it all right now. Grisha. The basement key. This is the greatest. We're just flying through time.
ここすべての道が交わる座標だと思う。兄さん、待ちくたびれたぞ、エレン。お前が回復し、目を覚ますまで何年もここにいたような気がする。ここでのすべては一瞬の出来事だ。お前の首はガビに吹っ飛ばされたが、完全に事切れる前に俺と接触を果たした。
Okay, there the girl comes. Okay, yeah, I figured. I figured it was the actual Emiya. Exactly.
始祖はここで巨人を作っているのだろう。俺たちが巨人の力を欲するたびに果てしない時間を費やして。その鎖は今気づいたのか。この鎖に。これは俺の自由を妨げるもの。つまり不戦のちぎり。お前だけが始祖ユミルに命じることができる。お前の夢だ。頼む。世界を救ってくれ。
Okay.
エレン。
I really don't know what to make of this.
始祖にこう伝えるんだ。すべてのエルディア人を今後永久に子供を作れない体にしろと。すべてのエルディア人を安楽死させる。エレン。
He's about to tell him to go to hell.
俺は到底受け入れられない。
Yeah.
悪いが兄さん。俺はここに来るために
Yeah.
話を合わせていただけだ。お前がここでやらなければこの先も殺し合いは終わらない。俺たちが繰り返してきたことがずっと続く。なぜだ、エレン。答えてくれ。俺がこの世に生まれたからだ。俺に力を貸してくれ。
And she said go to hell in turn.
やっぱりかよ、エレン。お前だけは
Oh, here we go.
信じたかった。
I told you Zeke was too smart for this.
あの父親に洗脳されたせいなのか。お前が目を覚ますまでの長い時間で俺は多くを学んだ。始祖は何でも作れる。こんな土くれの鎖でも。
He just freed himself.
求めればな。俺は歴代の壁の王と違い、初代王の思想に染まらぬままここに到達した。絶大な力を持つ始祖ユミルだが、その正体は自分の意志を持たぬ奴隷だ。服従し続ける。
Okay.
始祖の力は俺が手にした。バカな。
What?
お前は鍵に過ぎなかったんだよ、エレン。お前の本音を聞くまで待っていてよかった。
I was kind of prepared for this, man.
俺たちは最悪の父親に生み出されてしまった。俺には助けてくれる別の父親がいた。
Oh,
お前にも
Saba.
誰か助けてくれる人が必要だったんだ。俺は決してお前を見捨てはしない。
Oh.
俺が始祖の力でお前を治してやる。お前と一緒だ。
Man, what an episode, guys. Holy shit. Easily one of the best episodes of the show so far. I was just like, I was so entertained, is probably the best way to put it, the whole way through. Even though, of course, story-wise, like, I was fascinated as well, but I have no idea what to make of it yet, in all honesty. I mean, I feel like even trying to think this through isn't really gonna land me anywhere, if that makes sense. But there was something about this episode that I do feel like I want to touch on first. It's just that in general, the direction of it was so outstanding. Like, it was actually much different from I mean, like, the show has done shots like these before or something, but, like, I don't know, there was something about this where, like, it really stood out, you know? Like, they really added the suspense through in so many different ways. Like, there were parts where they just showed still images, right? And I know they did that before. Like, I think, for example, about the Armored Titan and Colossal Titan reveal back in season 2, that, you know, like, you could see memories that Eren had with Reiner and Bertolt just sitting there, you know, back in the Survey Corps, you know, talking about things. So they used still images there. I don't think they really did that much more. Maybe once or twice more still. I'm not really sure, in all honesty. I can't remember. But they did it here again, and I love that, because for some reason, I don't know, it makes it feel so special. But then especially that one part where just time completely stood still for a second, which makes, of course, a lot of sense with the final scene. It kind of talks about this realm outside of space where like, you know, a lot of time is passing, but in the real world, I guess no time passes, or the other way around. I'm not sure, but well, no, I think it was actually, it's that way. But yeah, time just completely stood still, and the camera just pans through this environment in 3D, which automatically makes me just, again, like I said that a couple of times as well, but it makes me just think about like a video game, and, you know, like just kind of how I in a video game, you'd have cinema mode, for example, in certain multiplayer games, and that allows you to like basically do the same thing, where you can just let the match sort of like play out in slow motion, and you're just panning through it with your own camera or something. I love that kind of stuff, and that's exactly what they did here. Yeah, it was, from a visual standpoint, so awesome. Now, of course, from a storytelling perspective, I mean, that's still the biggest, like, I don't know, I mean, that's another huge reason to love this episode, and for me, the biggest reason to love the show in general. So much happened in this, where I genuinely don't even know where to begin. Yeah, of course, I mean, Zeke actually did turn the people into Titans, so that includes the whole military, that includes Falco, and apparently, I think there was a shot there of Pixis as well, who had apparently drunk it. I wasn't sure if he had or not, but I think in the shot that might have even showed him doing that. So did he do it purposefully so? Like, yeah, in the shot, I can see it now actually in front of me. He's literally drinking from the bottle as it's happening. So he's doing this willfully, I would think. But I could be wrong about that. Now, that's already bad enough in and of itself, but then what we see, of course, is that, like, okay, so Falco in Titan form, first of all, he killed his own brother there, it seems. Cold literally turned to ashes the same way that it had happened kind of to Armin, I guess, you know, back in Season 3, right? So I assume Cold is dead. I mean, I would think that he actually is dead, because I don't know if, I don't see the show really going somewhere with his character necessarily. Like, Cold was there, he definitely got this spotlight plenty of times, but not in a way where I feel like there was really a huge arc for him laid out or something. So I can see him being dead here. With this show, you always have to guess if characters actually are dead or not, right? So I'm just kind of making guesses in my head. But yeah, then Falco literally went after Reiner, of course, as a Titan, which was sort of ironic. I assume as a Titan, he doesn't really do things purposefully or something, right? He just goes after the first person he sees or whatever. But what was ironic about it is, of course, that all this time Falco was about trying to get, he tried to get the Armored Titan ability, right? And so now he was actually trying to literally get it from Reiner there in the scene. But it was Porco who protected Reiner in that moment and kind of acted as a distraction for Reiner, I assume, to then get away. But we didn't see the outcome of that either. And then for Falco to to just kill him, which I think means that Falco is now going to be the next Jaw Titan, right? That's what I would think. But yeah, man, yeah, there is that. Then, of course, Eren literally just, like, gets his head shot off, aka killed. And this is where we start going back to finally, you know, like, everything that happened there with him and we went back to the conversation, which I think we already saw for the most part in a previous episode that he had with Zeke. Didn't necessarily get much more new information out of that, but the interesting part was that sequence there at the end, which I wonder what that was about. Like, so Eren didn't catch the ball that Zeke threw at him, which I assume was purposefully so, and he just kind of played it off as like, oh man, my what did he say? Something like, oh, I can't, I didn't catch it, damn. I suck at this. It's like, you know, that was purposeful, I assume, and Zeke realize it in the moment, because he kind of had a like gasp on his face, like, why did he not do this? What the fuck? So, and I figures me back to the intro where I talked about all this time. I don't see Zeke being as smart as he is, not realizing that Eren is playing him. So the fucking 4D chess that is being played, it's at this point it's 5D or 6D, 7D chess. It's ridiculous, but also to the point, obviously, where I myself don't know what to make of it most of the time. But yeah, that was phenomenal, because it makes me think that, like, okay, somehow it was that moment that made Zeke realize, but why is the question, I guess. And then suddenly we get transported back to the final sequence of the episode, which, took quite a while. With Zeke back in that place where it was revealed that girl was actually Amir, which, I'd figured. So I'm kind of proud of myself for guessing some of these things, even though it's probably not too hard to do so. But and he figured out that Eren, I guess, was playing him, or like it didn't come as a surprise to him, at least, and he was prepared for it. That's the most important thing of all. But then he talks about how, like, Amir, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is, I think, what he kind of said, that like Amir is a slave herself, and she sort of obeys the people, the royal people or something, right? And I don't quite know, like, there was a first king, right? But was the first king related to Amir? That's what I'm not sure about, because, for example, the royal bloodline, the king's bloodline, was Fritz, right? And Amir was called Fritz. But so, is Amir part of the royal bloodline, or did the royal bloodline take on that name, like in memory of her or something, right? Like that's what I wonder about. But nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. It was talked about how Amir, somehow really does have this obsession with the royal bloodline, and so she literally, Zeke basically said, like, I'm more important to her than you are, Eren, even though you're the founding titan, and I can just get the founding titan. And he got it, apparently. I don't know how, but he got it. Like, again, this is the part where we get into the supernatural stuff, and this is kind of, I remember way back in maybe season 1 or 2 or 3, but like probably season 2 somewhere, that I talked about how I could see them doing some really weird shit with like time and space, and this is kind of exactly what I talked about, or what I had in mind. It was hard for me to put it into words back then, but now it's like, well, this is kind of what I was thinking of. Of course, not exactly, because I'm not going to pat myself on the back here or something, but like, I could totally see this. I was even thinking at that point, I remember, that we could do some like really weird futuristic type stuff, like with a bunch of robots or androids or whatever. Like, I could see it going there too, because with this show you just don't know. But it's I kind of had foreseen that we would go into some really crazy directions here, especially knowing, of course, that there was this huge timeline already we were talking about that went back 2,000 years. I absolutely love it. Now, the one question that I then ask myself is like, okay, so Zeke mentions how Emir has a thing for the royal bloodline, apparently. Where does Historia then come into all of this? Because Historia is obviously still the I forget what it's called, but that one card, that is still at play, or that could still be used in some type of way. And of course, what happened to what will happen now to Eren, and what will happen now to Zeke in the real world, so to say? Is Eren actually going to be dead for now, or is for now, because I assume he will be coming back in some type of way, and like, what's Zeke gonna do? And I gotta say, personally, like, I don't know. Look, I'm not picking sides, right? I've made that very clear, and I don't plan on doing that, but I, for some reason, really have warmed up to Zeke, though. Because I feel like Zeke is just, look, all these characters are in a way doing the right thing, but I feel like, for me personally, and I don't know why, it's hard to explain it, but like, again, I talked about being in support kind of the euthanization plan, and Zeke as well, he's not, I don't know, he seems so reasonable to me, always. So like, I'm kind of, if I was any team right now, I kind of feel like I would be Team Zeke, but once again, I'm not, I'm reserving judgment literally till the very end of this show, and I'm just excited to see where it goes, man. This was one of the best episodes of the show, like I said, so far. Absolutely loved it. It was cryptic, so I do want to get the answers to all of this, but yeah, both the story context as well as just the visual storytelling that they did, it was just phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. So with that being said, of course, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, first of all, if you haven't done so yet, because of course I'm going to be reacting to part 3 still, in a year from now or something. So you'll want to make sure you subscribe for that. The next 8 episodes will already be up over on Patreon if you want to watch those right now. So you can go and do that by going to the link that will be on top of the description. Yeah, and we will be 1 episode away from finishing the show. Not the complete ending yet, of course, but you get what I'm talking about over there. So go check that out along with OVAs and full-length reactions. But then with that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.